What's up, y'all? It's your man, Dad Dude, bringing you guys another video. So I had planned for this video to be just about Robbie Anderson's incident on the sideline with the receiver coach, Joe Daly. But being that the Panthers managed to trade Robbie Anderson so quickly, which should give you a hint to how other teams see Robbie's value. But being that they traded him so quickly, I get to make this video about the incident and the trade, which I 2-for-1 special. But one thing about the incident with Robbie arguing with the wide receiver coach on the sideline that bothers me is how quick a lot of people were to turn on Robbie. Like, he was obviously wrong to get in the coach's face, obviously wrong to sit away from his teammates. I'm not defending what he did. But what bothers me is how quick people were to turn on Robbie. Like, I don't know if that's because people just don't like Robbie to begin with or what, but we don't know what instigated that incident, what caused the argument. It could have been all on Robbie. The coach could have said something to Robbie that, made him blow up. We don't know. Like, I've heard stories of some of the things that coaches say to players. That's just complete disrespect. And I'm not saying Joe Daly did that. I'm saying we don't know. And so it surprises me that people are so quick to turn on Robbie when we don't know what caused that argument. It could be all on Robbie. It could be on the coach. It could be both of them. It could be a 50-50 split. But I don't really see anyone who's criticizing the coach. Everyone's criticizing Robbie. I don't know if that's because people, for some reason, identify themselves with the management, with the coaches, rather than the players, even though the players are the ones that we really root for. Like, I like Robbie Anderson. I'm going to admit that from the beginning, or from the get-go. I like Robbie. I like his personality. I don't get why people want every player to be like that cookie cutter, like, oh, shucks, I'm just happy to be here and work hard kind of personality. That's really boring to me. I like players that give you something different, who give you a different perspective, who give you a different personality, and Robbie gives you that. So I like Robbie. For the good and the bad, I like what he brings. I like that breath of fresh air. It's just something different. I don't know if that rubs some people the wrong way or what, but it really does seem like some people just already didn't like Robbie and used this chance to just decide that this is all his fault, when none of us know what caused the argument on the sidelines. None of us know what preceded it. We just saw Robbie get in Daly's face, and that's it. And people decided just from that, get Robbie out of here, or he's a cancer to the team. I saw people on Twitter saying some outrageous stuff about Robbie. Like, the guy has been here 3 years now, and this is the first real major incident we've gotten from Robbie about him, potentially being a problem in the locker room. Like, to give a little backstory to people who haven't followed Robbie's journey to Carolina, Robbie wanted out from the Jets because he didn't want to play with Sam Darnold. So he comes to Carolina to play with Teddy Bridgewater. The Panthers then cut Teddy, which Robbie had his best year here with Teddy Bridgewater. That's the year he had 1,000 yards. The Panthers then cut Teddy and trade for Sam Darnold. So the second year Robbie's here, he has a really bad year because he's playing with Sam Darnold. Everyone had a bad year that year besides DJ Moore. And DJ Moore's season wasn't even that great. He had 1,000 yards, but not a lot of touchdowns. This third season, which is this season, they bring in Baker Mayfield, which during the offseason we knew that Robbie Anderson didn't want Baker, given his comment, I think it was on an Instagram post, where they were talking about bringing Baker Mayfield to Carolina. We know Robbie's feelings on that. The Panthers bring Baker in. Baker proves himself to be not very good. Robbie is, again, not having a really good year. So you can understand why Robbie Anderson would be frustrated. And I think this game just tipped them over the boiling point. Because in this game, we mostly used our receivers to block. We were running a power running scheme, and we were throwing a lot of wide receiver screens. And so it's mostly just blocking for Robbie. And I get how that would be very frustrating. Now, again, that is not saying that he was, right to get in Joe Daly's face or that he was wrong. We don't know what caused the argument. I'm just saying that I understand why he would be frustrated given everything that preceded it. Especially in that game, he probably knew. In my video with my reaction to the loss to the Rams, I said that the offensive game plan for that game was just stupid. I'm pretty sure Robbie also knew it was stupid. He knew what the game plan was going in. He was out there having to block for these screens, having to block every play for a power run or for a zone run or whatever kind of run it is. He's blocking just about every play. I get why Robbie will be like, yo, this is just dumb. Why are we doing this? This game plan isn't working. We're doing the same thing over and over again. If us fans on the couch can look and see that the game plan isn't working, the players sure as hell could tell that the game plan isn't working. And I can see with Robbie's personality why he's the kind of person who might speak out about that. And I'm guessing he did, and that might have caused the argument. But again, why are people so quick to turn on Robbie for this? I don't get it. Unless people were already just predisposed to not liking Robbie. And maybe I'm predisposed to liking him because I like his personality. I like that he's, brings something different. But I'm not even really defending what he did. I'm just confused as to why people turn on him so quickly. Now, that Robbie was traded to the Cardinals so quickly, I think suggests that other teams see the value in Robbie. Robbie is a good wide receiver. He is a solid number 2 receiver, in my opinion. He is somebody, he provides a service that most teams need, and that is a deep threat. He is somebody that defenses have to respect. They have to respect his speed. They have to put somebody over the top for Robbie, because Robbie can, at any point in time, blow the top off the defense. And you need someone like that. Every team needs a player who can threaten the defense deep. And that's what Robbie can do. So it doesn't really surprise me that the Cardinals traded for Robbie on this Monday, the day after the game, the day after the Panthers or Steve Wilkes kicked Robbie up the sidelines. The Cardinals still traded for him. They only gave up a 6th and a 7th if the reports are correct. So they didn't give much for him, but they were quick to make that trade because they probably see the value in what Robbie provides. And it would not surprise me at all if Robbie goes on with the Cardinals and has a pretty solid year, because Kyler Murray is going to be miles better than any quarterback Robbie has played with here in Carolina. So, I like Robbie, so I wish him the best. When more reporting maybe comes out on what caused the argument on the sideline with Joe Daly, that opinion might change. It might come out that Robbie was totally in the wrong here, and that he overreacted to something Joe Daly said, or maybe he just had his frustration cause him to blow up and he caused the argument. If we get further reporting on that, and it comes out Robbie was in the wrong, I'll change my opinion on this, or I'll change my stance. But for right now, I think Robbie got off of a sinking ship, and he's probably better for it. The trade probably benefited him just as much as it benefits the Panthers, because the Panthers do need draft picks. But Robbie got off a sinking ship, in my opinion, and I think he's going to play pretty well in Arizona. And I think the Panthers are worse for not having Robbie, because the receivers behind him do not seem to be ready to step up and be number 2 receivers. Now, does that matter when you're a team that looks like it might win 2 or 3 games at most? Probably not. The Panthers are right now competing for the number 1 pick, in my opinion. So losing Robbie might not be important. But again, I don't get why people were so quick to turn on Robbie. That's all I have for you on this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go hit that thumbs up. If you're so inclined, subscribe and leave a comment. I respond to just about everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one.